Hello and welcome to day one of my trip to Eurovision 2025 in Basel. Today I'll be taking a 1 hour, 15 minutes-ish flight from London Heathrow to Basel, which is a really interesting, unique airport. I'll tell you a bit about that when we arrive in Basel. But for now, we're here at Terminal 3 and we are getting ready to get on the plane. I am so excited to be heading back to Eurovision because I didn't go last year. I went the year before when it was in Liverpool, but I did the at-home accreditation last time. But this year I'm heading back in person, so I had a bit of food before we got the flight. And then got onto the British Airways flight. They actually checked in our hand luggage today, so I didn't really have much with me except for my Sudoku book. I love playing Sudoku, so let me know what things you do to pass the time when you are on a flight. And it was a relatively easy and quick flight over, and when we landed in Basel, we came to this really cool airport. So I will tell you, Basel Mulhouse Airport actually resides in France, technically, or the bit that we landed in does, and it has two exits, the Swiss side and the French side. And even though I landed in Switzerland, I came out the French side and got this coach towards Germany, so I'm staying in Germany for this trip, so it's very confusing. I actually was in 4 different countries on this day: London, where I started from, into Switzerland, then out through France, and then after this 50-minute coach ride I ended up in Germany. I'm staying in Freiburg for this trip. And the reason I'm staying in Freiburg is because it's actually so close to the Swiss border, and it just makes sense in terms of travel and cost and making it all work. So here we are in Freiburg, and let's take a little look at the really cool themed hotel room that I'm staying in. So after 1 plane ride and 1 coach ride from Basel Airport through France and into Germany, I finally made it to my hotel in Freiburg, and I have to show you the hotel room that I'm staying in. I booked it specifically because of the theme. Let's take a look. So as you come in the room, you are greeted with these posters on the walls and a little mirror. There's me. But the best thing about this room is it's music themed. So we have so many details. We have these posters on the wall which have Beethoven and Bach in, and to the right hand side there is a guitar with some CDs in. Over here we have some more records on the wall just as decoration, a treble clef light. We've even got this down here. I think this is a radio. To the left we have a piano. I love the piano. As you know, I play the piano, or if you don't know and this is your first time watching my channel, I play the piano. It's my favourite instrument. So I'm very excited about the fact that I have one here in the hotel room, as well as all this fantastic decoration. Even down to this, look at this, so tiny. And the coffee table is a guitar case. How awesome is that? So I cannot wait to play this piano. So as you can see, this is just the coolest hotel room, and I'm here for the whole week, actually technically 8 nights, because I'm here to watch 3 different dress rehearsals for Eurovision as part of the accredited media this year. 2025 Eurovision, here we come. Just about to catch a bus to the stadium and then see rehearsal number 1, actually get accredited first. So it's a half an hour train ride from Freiburg into Basel, and then a 10-minute coach ride, or bus ride I should say, to the arena. St. Jakobshalle Arena is where Eurovision's being held this year. Hopefully I said that right. And after no more than a 5-minute wait, I am officially accredited with my pass. And so it's into this year's media centre, which looks like this. And this is the back of the media centre where the press conferences are held every single day. It's so interesting going to the different media centres because they all have a similar kind of feel, a similar vibe, and this year was no different. I actually did a shorts tour of the Eurovision Media Centre, so if you want to watch that, I will link that below. After checking out the media centre, I hopped over to the Co-op, which apparently has a restaurant here in Basel. I don't know where you're from and what your supermarket of choice is, but I was not expecting to find a Co-op restaurant, and I actually ended up going there a lot because they had this fantastic buffet style service. And then it was back to the media centre and through the back down a special exit from the media centre towards the back of the arena itself to go and watch dress rehearsal number 1. So you can kind of see some stuff on the left of where I'm filming there, but as we're walking towards the centre, over that bridge down there is where a lot of the different acts might gather, or their dancers might gather to do some last minute rehearsals, so that was kind of cool to see. But here we are in the arena. This is the most exciting part for me, actually seeing what it's going to look like for the year, and it did not disappoint. This is such a beautiful venue, and I just love that it feels a little bit more intimate because it's actually smaller due to the size of the stage. The stage is so big that there are fewer seats and there's less standing area. Anyway, let's take a listen to our floor host, we could call him for the evening, the floor manager, and what he has to say.
Lots of things happening, and this is the first time we actually run everything after each other. So have some sympathy with us. My name is Henrik from Freiburg, and I will be your floor manager on the way to getting a new Eurovision in Italy. We will show you the numbers for today. And then I will do a lot of things about voting and stuff for the audience tonight, talk a bit about how to behave and all those things. Now I would just like to say welcome to one of our hosts. Hey Sabrina, are you there? She comes. Yes.
Part of the country. This is the most awkward crowd ever. I love it.
So on this side you have the delegations.
Oh, hi delegations! Did you have a nice tram ride yesterday? Don't like things. Like I don't know. It's like smelly cheese. It's just I love it. I'm gonna get my co-host out. She is a legend, not just in the Eurovision universe, but also as a person. I've grown to love her. My husband is so annoyed that I only talk about her, but I don't want to talk about anybody else. She's the best person. So I want you to really freak out. I want you to give it all you got. Take the head of the person who's on your right, smash it against the head of the person on your left. Don't do that, obviously. Start with 1 point. If it's a 1-point performance, show me your applause, please. I know you're journalists do better than this, but not right now. For the next 2 minutes, please forget that you're journalists. How does 1 point sound? Great. 2 points, 3 points, louder, louder. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10.
So you will have also seen our hosts Hazel Brugger and Sandra Struder there, who are fantastic. It's day 3 of the trip. How is it day 3 already? I am off to do a little bit of exploring here in Freiburg. I can't believe how many bikes are in the city. I was not expecting the number of bikes. Anyway, it's a very green place and a beautiful place, and it was so nice just to have a little look around. But no matter where you go, you will always see a McDonald's. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. There are loads of trams and it's a really walkable city, and I decided to get some food. And what food did I decide to get in Germany? Indian food, which is one of my favourites. So I went to this really lovely Indian restaurant and bought the place out basically just to enjoy myself on day number 3, and then just had an explore around Freiburg, looking at all the beautiful traditional German buildings and architecture. I always think it's nice to at least have a couple of hours of a day when you are doing one of these full-on trips to do some exploring, because otherwise it all just becomes a blur and you miss out on the culture. So I wanted to immerse myself a little bit in that and enjoy before heading back to the hotel to finish off all of my work. So I'm doing a lot of filming and editing whilst I'm here, and so that is the priority, but it was nice to get out and about for a bit. Alright, and welcome to day 4 of my trip, starting off here in Freiburg. We're going to take that train, that half-an-hour train, towards Basel and take another bus to the arena because we have another rehearsal to watch. We're going to see semi-final 2 rehearsal today, and I'm so excited because I just love seeing all of the acts in person because I've soaked in the music for so long. It's so nice to actually see these songs live and to see how my opinion of them changes, because that always happens.
Eurocity service to Basel. Basel Badischer Bahnhof will be reached about 1:36 today.
Whenever I get to know different Eurovision songs, I might think that one is a 5 out of 10, but then when I see it in a live setting, it turns into a 10 out of 10 because of the artist and the delivery and the staging. It's so interesting, and seeing the ones that I love and are just pure Eurovision magic for me is the best feeling in the world. Then I took a look around the Eurovision merchandise that was in the mall opposite the arena. So they had some Swiss merchandise as well. I didn't end up picking any of this up, but I thought it would be interesting to show you all what was on offer for the year, because Eurovision does offer some great stuff. And hold on to your hats, because later on I'm going to give this slide a go, and it does not go very well. Anyway, before that we're going to try some snacks, some things I've never seen before. I have a very sweet tooth. This was not very good. It was banana flavoured, but just not the best. But this second one, this Euro creme, was actually very tasty. A bit like, oops, I dropped my camera, a bit like Nutella or Kinder Bueno, that kind of thing. It was very nice. Anyway, we're back to the media centre, and at the front there they had a nice tea station, and we're walking in to get ready for this next rehearsal. So I've already had my food by this point. Obviously you saw the sweets, but I did have some lunch as well at that lovely co-op restaurant. I feel like they're representative, but I cannot say enough good things about it. Anyway, here we are walking towards the arena again, and this was a great place to spot some of the artists. I know I said about the dancers and on-stage performers, but I actually did see Australia and Belgium's artists walking around here, so it was nice just to get that behind the scenes buzz going, seeing the artists before they perform. And here we are back in the wonderful arena. The way that this works is they let you in group by group, so it was every 5 minutes that the media got let in, and I like to get there early so I could get a good seat. But here's our host again, our floor manager for the whole event. He was so great at just talking to us and explaining what was going on, and also obviously getting the whole show working. So there's so much that goes into these live shows. Sometimes it goes right and sometimes it goes wrong. When it came to Norway's rehearsal in the final, actually, so not this particular rehearsal, but in the final rehearsal, Norway's entrant Erica had to do her particular performance twice twice because the tech crew, something went wrong with getting her microphone, her big mic that she had on stage, the prop mic that she had to stand on. Something went wrong with that and they couldn't get her on it in time safely, so she had to do her performance twice round. So things like that could happen, but it's very interesting to watch the whole process. And that was it, another rehearsal over, so we're heading back to the media centre. They didn't actually let us take any bags into the arena, so I just ended up hiding my bag in the media centre and hoping for the best, and thankfully that worked out very well for me. But yeah, you'll see why that was possibly not the best idea on my final night. Stay tuned for that eventful story. Anyway, I just think the media centre is such a fantastic place to be, but I did put out a poll on my Instagram asking if I should do this slide, and here I am doing it because there was a resounding yes in my poll. So I actually hit my head. That was very painful, but you know, it was worth it. So that's day number 4 all done, and tomorrow I have another day off, and so I'm going somewhere very fun. Here we are in Europa Park. I'm so excited. I am a big theme park nerd. If you don't know, now you know. I love it. So I was really happy to be able to go to Europa Park for the very first time and just enjoy some of the rides. I love these old animatronics and all of the unique stuff that's here. Actually, it's very similar in many ways to Epcot, which is one of the Disney parks in Orlando. They even have the big dome in the park as well. So yeah, there were lots of similarities, but it was really nice to enjoy some rides here. So please enjoy these clips from Europa Park. If it's not your thing, I totally get it, but I just love theme parks. Okay, I'm going to have the most delicious snack you have ever seen in your life now. This was a personalised Magnum. I cannot tell you how delicious that thing was. It was one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten. So there we go. On to some more rides. Some nice chilled out ones as well, because I'm trying to rest as much as I can before another busy day tomorrow. Having said that, at this point, I think I'm at the 16,000 step mark. So I don't know how much rest I'm actually getting here, but it's still worth it. What a beautiful theme park. Okay, we are at day 6 of our trip. I can't believe it's day 6 already. This whole experience is just flying by. But today we are at the final rehearsals. So the semi-finals, the 1 and 2 semi-finals have already happened. And today we are going through the whole running order of the final. And that is extremely exciting. And I don't know why I didn't get more clips from this day, but there you go. I've skipped straight to this really interesting vending machine market, which just had everything you can think of in terms of snacks and gifts and chocolate and wine, and there were cheesecakes in these things. You know, it just had everything, so I thought it was worth a little look around. But I missed out on taking a lot of footage from the actual final, and it was so much fun just to soak up the atmosphere and to see all of those finalists enjoying their moment. We're here at the Eurovision Village, and I thought it would be a good idea to head to Eurovision Village for the first time. I haven't had time at this point to go to Eurovision Village, so here we are heading inside and taking a look around, really just soaking in the atmosphere. Every Eurovision Village is different, and this one was really fun. It had food options, and there were some stages where there's live music during the day, and all these different booths where you could do fun things things like karaoke. It was really cool. It's day 7 and we are nearing the end of our trip, but Eurovision is tonight, which is so exciting. So I decided to head into Basel and take a little look around, soak in the atmosphere. It was so busy, it was just alive with people, and it was so nice to see more of the sights in Basel in the glorious sunshine and to soak in that atmosphere and just get ready for Eurovision 2025. The whole week has geared up to this moment, so I'm so excited to be able to see the final in action, having seen the rehearsals and knowing what a great show there is ahead. It's just going to be great. So I don't know who is going to win at this point, but I have my favourites, or my suspicions, is that the right word? Predictions. We'll say predictions. So let's see if they come true. Well, Eurovision is over and Austria won, JJ won, and it was a fantastic show, but it is the last part of my trip. I do have to go home today, so after a last minute look at lovely Freiburg, it's another coach journey back to Basel airport. But I nearly forgot to tell you, on my last night in Freiburg, my hotel room was broken into and they did take some stuff whilst I was showering, which is kind of scary. Thankfully, I managed to recover a phone, but yeah, I'm safe and sound, and that is the main thing. And I just have to say thank you so much for following my journey and for enjoying Eurovision with me, and I will see you again very, very soon, maybe at Eurovision 2026.